I wanted to do a quick video to talk a little bit about the overview of the anatomy of a JP Ross flat rod. Talk a little bit about the components that that go into our rods, what makes our rods different, and also to give you an idea on how to order some of our rods. So I'm in a workshop in my cabin in the foothills of the Adirondacks, and I'm going to start out by talking a little bit about the woods and the handles and the grips, and we'll go from there. Okay, the first thing to understand is the different parts of the fly rod that hopefully you're going to be ordering from us. The fly rod that we build, we kind of focus on the reel seat, the grip, the guides, and the case. The reel seat is this part of the rod right here, and the reel seat consists of usually some kind of hardware that's actually going to lock the reel into place, as well as an insert, and in this case this piece of wood is a piece of spalted maple. On the reel seat, the things to focus on from us is the type of reel seat that you want, usually based on the environment that it's going to be used in. So if it's freshwater, using something like nickel silver isn't really a problem. If it's saltwater, you may consider using something that's anodized, like this black anodized reel seat that we offer. The other thing is the different engravings that we can put on these. So in this case there's a brook trout engraving on this spalted maple insert, and on this saltwater version we actually have a tarpon that's been laser engraved into the reel seat. The other thing to understand is that on the end cap, you can get something engraved on the cap, and these engravings consist of our mayfly, we have a nymph, we also have a nautical star, you can have your initials. There's lots of different engravings that can be put right on the butt cap. And then on any kind of big game or saltwater version, there are fighting butts that we'll put on the end of those, and you also can have things engraved on the ends of the butt caps. For example, our Celtic cross is really common to go on our butt caps. The next thing is the grips, and there's lots of different grips. This happens to be a Western grip. We have a Western grip. We have a 7-inch Western, which is the one that you see here. We have a 6-inch Western, which is also known as our beaver metal grip. We have a cigar handle. We have a full Wells grip, like this one here. And we also have a lot of different burl grips and custom grips that we can do. This particular grip right here is a grip that I did just for myself with some burl, and it's got some feather inlays and stuff in it. And this particular reel seat and handle configuration, this features our Adams seat. And it's important that we talk a bit about the Adams seat, because a lot of people buy our beaver metal rods online, and when they buy them on our online store, when you choose a reel seat, the standard seat, which is no charge, is this black Adams reel seat. If you do want to get a reel seat that has a wood insert in it, for example this one here that has a wood insert in it, that's a smaller diameter reel seat that we use on our beaver metal, you have to choose that you want the grip with the wood insert and then choose the wood. So that's something to focus on when you're ordering these online. Just to speak a little bit about our woods, all of our wood and wood inserts are made of natural woods. And our wood inserts are stabilized, which means they're impregnated with epoxy, and then they are turned down to shape. And the reason that we have all of our woods stabilized is because if any of the wood gets into a moisture condition or anything like that, the wood won't swell. And the other reason is when you are dealing with heavy burls, like for example this piece of spalted maple that was actually milled right near here, these will generally fall apart when you try to turn them on a wood lathe. So stabilizing them does two things. One, it gives the wood structural rigidity, and it also stabilizes the wood so that it won't absorb any moisture. There's a lot of different woods that you can choose from. You can choose from spalted maple, burl maple, Bacote, California buckeye, box elder. We have a box elder that's dyed green, and a number of different woods that you can see on our website. We like to think when you consider different woods you want to put on your reel seat, we usually ask the question, do you want something that's light or something that's dark? And then we ask, do you want something that has a straight grain to it or something that has a burl type grain to it? So for example, this piece of gunstock walnut has a very straight grain, whereas this piece of Ambonia burl is going to be very, very burly. It's going to have a lot of swirls in it, and it's going to have a lot of different color variations in it. So do you want light, do you want dark, do you want straight grain, or do you want a burly kind of swirled grain? That's one of the things that I consider. The reel seats, in regards to the color and which woods look better with them, this one happens to be a nickel silver seat, and it looks nice with this particular spalted maple wood insert. This is our black anodized seat, and this one has a piece of cocobolo in it, and depending on how you mix or match these, you may like a light wood with a silver, you may like a dark wood with a silver, and you also may consider the different blanks that we have and the colors in the blanks. So the blanks that we have are generally green, blue, or natural graphite gray. Our Adirondack and our Beaver Meadow series is green. It is a dark emerald gloss green. Our Blue Line series is a gloss blue, and our Onyx series is a gray. It is a satin gray finish. We also have a Reuben wood, and our Reuben wood is gloss black, traditional kind of traditional looking gloss black like an old Adirondack guideboat. And the Reuben wood happens to feature our gold stripping guide, which is the next thing to talk about, is our guides. Our guides are primarily single foot guides, but there are some variations in the different types of guides that we can use. The stripping guide, for example, if you don't choose anything different, you're just going to get a standard hardloy stainless type stripping guide. Or we can do a gold insert, which we like to do. We think it looks kind of like a double barrel shotgun, side-by-side shotgun. We also do blue inserts, which look nice with our Blue Line series. And then in all of the standard guides that go on the rod, those guides are available as primarily single foot chrome, which is always no charge. We do a single foot recoil, which is a nitinol or nickel titanium memory alloy. It's much lighter than standard stainless or chrome guides, and they're flexible. And we also offer a configuration of guides. One is the Synergy system. And the Synergy guide system is a system that's primarily is designed so that when you shoot line through the rod, when the line is going through the tip section, it's actually dampened because the sizes of the guides get a little bit smaller in the upper third section of the rod. So the Synergy system is something that we use a little bit more when people want the line to roll out a little bit slower and a little bit more accurate, and that can be done with our recoil chrome or titanium carbide guides. The next thing is our cases, and we take a lot of pride in our cases. You can see some of the different ones that are behind me here. The cases are all made of extruded aluminum. All of our cases are made by our partner REC Components in Connecticut. All the components are made in the United States, and in particular the cases are really a work of art by themselves. The cases come in extruded aluminum. They also can be powder coated. They can be powder coated in green, blue, black, olive, and we also have this gloss bronze coating that we do. And the case tops, the caps, can be standard machined aluminum. They can be anodized in gold. They can be anodized in black. And we also have a brass, solid brass cap that can be put on the rod cases, and that comes standard on our Reuben wood series. The case caps themselves can also be engraved. This happens to be one of the cases that we make for a club called the Bright Fox Club, which is located in western New York. And we actually laser etch their logo right into the cap. You can have a number of different things that can be engraved into the caps. Some of them include your name or our brook trout engraving with an inscription. We have a leaping trout version. You can do a mayfly or just a cross. And recently we have our new J.P. Ross crest, which is also featured on our Reuben Wood series, and that's getting a lot of attention. And the last thing to talk about is the feather inlay that goes on the rod and the inscription. When you're buying a rod from us, there's a couple different ways that you can buy a rod from us. You can call us up, you can email me with some ideas just from looking at the website. For example, the gallery page gives you a lot of ideas. We also have the build your own feature. Or you can go right to our online website and our online store, and you can configure the rod that way and email that to me. And usually when you email that stuff to me, I take a look at it and I get an idea of what you're putting into it. I may give you some comments, and if there's any discounts that I can offer, I'll offer those to you. The inscription, if you do this online, the inscription that you want on the rod needs to be filled out on the comment section when you're checking out your rod. And the feather inlay goes on the rod, and it is a real feather. You have a number of different choices. You can choose from partridge, hen, you can look at grizzly, jungle cock, guinea fowl, ringneck pheasant. And then opposite that, I will hand inscribe an inscription on there. Sometimes it's name, sometimes initials, sometimes it's named after something. And that's hand inscribed on the opposite side of the feather. In regards to number of characters, I don't think I've ever actually told somebody I couldn't do it, but it looks a little gaudy when you have a really long inscription, so we usually leave it at about 100 to 150 characters. One of the questions we get a lot is, how am I supposed to pay for the rod? And the easiest way to do it is through our online store. There is a rod payment product, and what you do is you go on there once you've been prompted by me via email or phone, and you go in and you put in your credit card information, your shipping information, any comments or anything you might have about the rod, and then that will authorize your card for $20. You will then submit that information to me. I will review it, I will update that, send you an email that it's approved, and you'll see the order with all the stuff that we discussed via phone or email or whatever. Just hold them up once and then...
Oh, he just took a spit. He felt me pull him in a bit and he ran.
He's like right over our heads.
Look at him go. Look at that. That is awesome. Oh, he doesn't like to be horsed around, I'll tell you that.
How's that 8-weight working for you?
This monster long 8-weight?
6 foot 6 inch 2-weight. You kidding me?
Yeah.